All right. And this afternoon, I'm here with some interesting people. And it's been a while, Royalty family. You have been waiting for this series, and I told you that I'll be coming with the Potter series. And so this is the first episode, the first season, and I'm looking forward to a lot more. So my channel, as you may know, it's for inspiration, motivation, educational, and spiritual messages. And this afternoon, I have one of those motivational and inspirational message for you. So I have with me a few individuals, these persons, they have been making strides in life, they have been impacting lives, and I want for you to know about them, right? So just before I go into that, remember, hit that subscribe button, it's free. And I just want you to come a part of this family. So guys, without any further ado, I just want to say welcome to my guest. I have here AJ Lawrence, and he's also known as Theo. Respect my brother. Welcome.
Yes, man.
Blessings.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And I also have online Sidani. No, Sidani is pretty much here as well, and I know that she may be in a case where she may not be able to talk all the time, but I know she will be able to respond in the best time. So welcome as well, Sidani. And I have Camille as well online. So welcome, Camille. We'll hear more from both of them as we go by. Now, let me start out by saying, Theo, AJ, man, were born and grow in a Jamaica. But you kind of look like say, they're Jamaica right now. But I don't know if it's just a look, bro. Different. You look foreignish. You see?
You have to add up to your surrounding.
Yeah. We love that look, man. But right now, people might be wondering, what we're talking about. But yes, you're currently not in the island, and that's because of this that we're about to go into right now, right? So, Theo, tell me a little bit.
Yeah.
You're now overseas, but where were you before? And also, where you born and grew, Tell me a little bit about you.
Well, born and grow, Portmore, Jamaica. So what you want to know, like work history or what?
All right, so pretty much you would have, I know that you're a 40s man, and straight 40s we say, but you would have gone through certain type of working transitions, right? And you're now overseas in a position where, I want the people to know about, right? So tell me a little bit about the working aspect so that we can be able to give them more background as to what we're about to discuss.
All right. So I left UTech in 2017. Did a bachelor's in entrepreneurship. Then I started to work at NCB where I met you.
Yeah.
We were selling quiz, NCB quiz. So we're selling NCB quiz. so after quiz, after NCB, I went to JMB. I was there for a year and like 4 months. But due to the pandemic, I lost my job there. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I was in 2020 April. Yeah. April 2020. So after that now, so I was home a few months,
Yeah.
Then so I saw this ad, right? At this agency. So they had like a recruiting position. Honestly, I didn't know what it was in about, but the supply feed,
Yeah.
Some apply feed and thing, got the interview, and so you realize that it was a travel agency, right? But they were they were starting something new, like recruiting students. So I started to work at this company. I was there for a few months, but then the company decided that they're going on a go slow, that's what they said.
Yeah.
But I had students who were starting school, right? So I decided that, you know what, I can't just stop, So I decided to say, I'm gonna start my own business. So I'm take up the recruiting thing fully on my own, you know. And then now that's where LSR Agency was born.
Oh, so the LSR Agency, it wasn't a name that was already there from that recruiting agency. It was a different name.
Yeah, man. So it was a different business, you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a different business, right? So they were a travel agency, but I was the person
Mhm.
doing the school recruiting there.
Yeah. Ah.
Mhm.
Oh, I see now. I
Yeah,
see now.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, man,
you're
I was the
pretty
person doing the
much
school recruiting there. So
so you're pretty much you had your LSR agency rooted from this agency that you would have been doing the recruiting under, right? Now, I saw
yeah.
where,
Hmm.
let me just backtrack a little bit because you remember in our days, in 2019 and even 2018 when we were under Whisk, we had so many different
Hmm.
experiences. And one thing,
True.
one thing I can tell you is
True.
we went all around Jamaica. A lot of people wouldn't understand.
Yes,
But
man.
Quisk, if you don't know
Yes,
what
man.
Quisk is, people, Quisk is really the safe, fast, convenient way and secure way of doing payments using just your phone number and a 6-digit PIN, right? So it's a
Hmm.
NCB supported payment method, right? So you are able to send money to other NCB Quisk persons. They don't need an NCB account. I would have done a video on that before, and you can check it out. Description will have that link. And you and I, my brother, we were like hitting it. We were on NCB Quisk, and trust
Yes,
me,
man. Yes, man.
after being there for a while, and then heard my bro saying that, hey, I'm gonna take a transition. I'm going to be going elsewhere. It was like, wow, just having a brother. And it was pretty much just decide that you want to take a change.
Hmm.
You weren't worried any at all as to, hey, you're in something that you love, because we know the passion you had for it, right? But
Yes, man. True.
that transition in between leaving NCB, right, and going to JMMB, you never had any worries in mind like, wow, maybe this doesn't work out like how I wanted it or expected it. You didn't have any worries in mind?
So in the beginning, no, I wasn't in the beginning, but when I started working there, I realized, it was a complete different thing. Because before, we were a
Yes,
sales rep, right? So,
that's right.
and I pretty much, yes, so pretty much had a lot of freedom, as long as we get the
Yes,
work
yes.
done.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So going, so going to JMB, I was a teller, and a teller is
Yes.
very restricted.
Ah,
So, yeah, man, so that different, so that complete different transition.
indeed.
So it took
Indeed.
me a,
So
yeah, so it took me a while to learn tailoring, but after learning, I was, you know,
yeah, we're head on it. All right, so pretty much
mm-hmm.
you would have had that experience already in the financial sector, and you had a love for it. You said you studied what again
Mm-hmm.
by UTech?
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. So you already had set that pace from before in the initial stage by studying entrepreneurship. Now, many of you don't know the struggles and the stress and the headaches and the heartaches and the hours that it takes an entrepreneur to put in a business, right? Now, audio
Wally.
here, AJ here, he had to go through some things, right, in order to reach to where he is right now. And this story that he's sharing, some of you might be wondering how it is that as an entrepreneur, I can be able to make it. Now, I'm sure he has some tips to give us, right, as to how he was able to transition from JMMB, because you'd have mentioned that they had that staff cut from JMMB, which would have then left you outside of a job. You didn't have a job. Now, in that time period, you were you were at home. When you
Yeah,
actually saw the
yeah,
application
man.
when you went on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I was at home, and that was really a rough time,
Mm-hmm.
because you move from job security and then one day you wake up and you say you don't have a job. Yeah, man.
Yes.
So that kind of rough. Yeah, man. So that kind of rough. But honestly, I gotta get me through it,
Mm-hmm.
man. Tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Indeed.
no day at all, me hungry or nothing at all.
Yes.
Always have food, everything. Yeah, man. So I'm
But
thank God for that part there.
indeed, indeed. But a lot of people may be saying that, boy, you make it sound easy, but we're sure it wasn't that easy, because
No, son.
some days you must have felt as if, boy, I had a job, but no, where I'm
Yeah,
getting
man.
my
I feel
income from?
yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel you feel depressed, I'm telling you sometimes,
Yes.
because um in a pandemic, right? So you don't know what happen or what will happen next. And
Mm-hmm.
you not work, so the income not come in. So
Yes.
what am I doing now? All right, so what I did now, so like I'm take a book, I'm gonna start just brainstorm some ideas to myself.
Yes.
And I actually wrote a couple business plans.
Mm.
Yeah, man. So I wrote a couple business plans, and yeah, man. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna try something to you know.
Yes. Yes.
Well, never actually get to start it yet. Yeah,
Mm.
man. So never get to start those businesses yet. So those are still in the pipeline. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
actually get started yet, but eventually, as I say, like I saw this ad, right? This
Yes.
recruiter ad, and I had no idea what it was. I'm telling you, at that time, I was just applying for any and anywhere. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
was applying for any, yeah, man, applying for any and anywhere at all.
Mercy.
So not even look on, not even look on the company, or anything at all. Just a certain application, left,
Yeah.
right, center. Like, like, me can't tell you how much, job interview me go for. I tell you, yeah,
Mercy.
man, send out well for application.
Wow.
So some work out, some know what to work out, and then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm up on I work with the previous agency.
Yes.
So, but the agency they go through like a rough patch, isn't it? And they go through like a
Mm-hmm.
rough time to so them decide say them and go up and as we say, I go slow as what them say.
Yeah.
But what me but I was a person recruiting students. So some couldn't spark up and just say, all right, I put a shut down and leave too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cause it wouldn't look fair to them, right?
Yeah.
Someone else decide say, I'm gonna do this full time.
Yeah. So you just went into
Hmm.
it full time from there.
Yeah, from there.
So you went into it full time, right? You never had much experience in it. You just had like just the recruiting experience, but you said, all right, I'm gonna put my faith into this, and see how best I can expand. And that's where you said that I'm gonna go out there by faith and I'm gonna advertise this. I'm gonna ensure that
Hmm.
people who are so, they want to reach to somewhere that it's just it seems unbearable because you have to be going through a lot of paperwork. You have to be going through a lot of run up and down to get stuff done. But you seem as if you cut it down a
Hmm.
bit. You made it easy for them, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah, true.
apply and to have themselves, get facilitated and get to where they want to go. So this program, what does this program really, what is LSR agency really all about and what does it provide to people?
All right. So I'm second. So so take persons from consultation go
Mhm.
straight up until they reach the school.
Yes.
So first, yeah, so first step is consultation, right? So during consultation, we'll have a discussion. So we talk about the education history, if you're working, your qualifications and all those stuff, right? Then
Mhm.
afterwards we move to the school application. So after consultation, I send persons, a list of schools based on their criteria, based on their criteria and,
Oh.
and what they can, yeah, man, based on their criteria and what they can apply for. I know what I realize now. So this method,
Mhm.
this eliminates, all right, this increases the chances that I get accepted because we
Yes.
only allow you to apply for schools that you're qualified for.
Or
So you're not just applying for schools blindly like that, you know? So we do our research and say, all right, you know, you're best fit to apply for this school.
yes.
So after that stage now,
yes.
so after that stage now, so when you're accepted for school, then we move to the visa stage. So we also do visa applications as well. Well, we specialize in student visas.
I was gonna ask
so
you.
USA, so USA, Canada, Australia, and UK. So specialize in student visas for those countries. So after the visa, so after the visa stage now, then you know, you jump on the plane and they reach school, you know? And they start school, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. So when start school now, you know, you have to enroll and all right. So as a international student, you have to attend orientation. It's mandatory, you know?
Yes.
It's mandatory for international students, yeah. It's after that. So pretty much we take you up until that process, you know? We'll take you up until the orientation process. And then that's it.
So it's pretty simple. So it's first consultation, and then you walk them through the entire process, right? As to how they can go about applying for the visa, and then they're able to go over to study overseas, right? In either of the countries that they are able to be accepted in. So for example, there is a person who they just left high school and they want to go overseas to travel. Do you cater for, as you state, there are different levels of qualification?
Yeah, man, yes.
So
yeah, man, different levels.
Who you cater to? Because I might be a person just left, high school, and I want to be able to travel. Tell me who you cater to in terms of the levels. University, a person who is also maybe in their age, 40 odd, 50 odd. Can these persons also cover this program?
Yes, man, of course. All right, so so once you leave high school, you can apply. The only criteria is for you to leave high school.
Oh,
so we have 1-year certificate programs, we have 2-year diploma programs, we have 3-year diploma programs, we have bachelor's, and we have master's degrees. So we have from certificate up until masters. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's for everybody at different levels.
Different levels. I like that. So it means that anybody at all, if you are watching this and you're wondering if it is that I can't do anything locally, I don't want to stay locally, hardly, AJ is your guy. He can set you up as though you can go overseas to study. He can set you up as though you can make it happen for you. It's never too late, and just to, go over a little bit to one of his, student. I want to find out from Camille. Camille is here. She has a testimony to share as to what it is that she found in terms of the experience, by applying and going through the LSR agency. Just share with us your entire experience and what it is that you pretty much did, which program you went on, how is the experience where you are now. Let me know how it was. Was it a tedious process? Was it smooth flowing? Just let me know. So Camille, thank you again for coming on. Just take the floor and let us hear how was the experience for you.
Thank you so much, Jovan, for having me online. And all right, so for my experience, I don't think it was a tedious one. I think it really ran fast. So I think I started applying for school in September. And I wanted to go for the spring semester, which would have been January 19. That's when the semester would have started. And so I started application in September. In like about the first part of October, I got the acceptance letter. When I got the acceptance letter, they also asked if I could provide relevant information that will assist me in getting the I-20, because the I-20 is normally what you need to take to the embassy to show that you have gotten accepted in the school, all is well, you're financially able to take care of the tuition and so forth. So I got that, and like about November 13, I had my student visa. So it wasn't long. Working with LSR Agency, it was a very enjoyable process. Um, as you can see, Audley can rap with each and everyone and can come down to every level. So I found it fun working with him. In terms of guidance throughout the entire process, I really must say a big thumbs up to LSR Agency, because even through the point where, because some schools might ask for an application fee and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but for myself, I was like, all right, then I'm trying this. Let me try see if I can find out any free one in the region that I want to study in. Oddly assist me in terms of finding one that I didn't have to pay an application fee for, a school that um I didn't have to really pay a large sum of down payment on before I came here. The school also had a payment plan. So I just thought he found the perfect match for me. Yes, to be honest, because before I came here, the only thing I had to pay was just like about $200, which that is super compared. 200 US dollars was what I had to pay to the school just to hold my spot, just to say, hey, I've accepted the application. I am coming to study. The program that I had applied for was my master's in business management.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
so the business management, that was always what you wanted to do in masters?
Definitely, because I did my bachelor's in entrepreneurship, just like Mr. Lawrence did his
Yes.
bachelor's in entrepreneurship.
That's good.
So yes, I'm very interested in business, and I think it is important for me to learn more about managing the business,
Business.
right?
Yes.
So that's it for me.
You touched on something that is extremely important earlier, and two things you mentioned about the monetary aspect of it. So there are so many persons that don't really have it. And you said that the process was smooth flowing. You didn't have to, fork out so much money, those 200 US, which is right now around 30,000 in Jamaican. And you didn't have to use so much money. No, I wonder if it is that people heard that part of it. So, AJ, you cater to persons who, if they're in the lower class, middle class, or upper class, they can afford this. You make it a reality for them to get their dreams come true. And right now, Camille is a testimony, a living testimony of that. Even the process that you mentioned for you to get everything done, the farm that you mentioned that's needed to be shown so that you can be able to see that, all right, you're going to work overseas as a student, well study. You also have the farm that was basically you got that in short time. And you mentioned September, you'd have started the process, and by November, you were basically on your jolly way, and you're where now? You're where exactly? Which
So I'm in New York presently.
New York?
Yes, USA. And I must share this lovely news with you all. So yesterday, because normally once you're an international student, I realize that they're very helpful in terms of assisting you even with preparing your resume, because resumes here are different from the ones that we are used to in Jamaica. The structure is a little bit different.
Tell me a little bit about that.
All right, so normally we will talk a lot about like our little special skills and so forth. The only skills they want to know if it's like just computer skills. What are the computer skills that you know? You know, some people might state some activities that they might be involved in or stuff like that. They just want you to get to the point. So it's just like a one-page resume. They don't need no reference on it or anything like that. So I had to take off my references that I had on my previous resume. I had to remove some of the clubs that I was a part of. So I only spoke about like the previous school that I went to, the present school that I'm at, my GPA for the previous school at the very top, right? And I had to talk about my experiences in the different organizations that I've worked with.
Yes.
And just my computer skills, that's it. So it's pretty short. Yes, so I had to adjust that. And it was what, yesterday, I got an offer from Chase Bank here. Yes, so how it works is that once you get in the school, like they have this thing that they call handshake, and they will have you upload your resume on it, and employers would go on a handshake and view your information. If they're interested in you, then they will reach out. So someone reached out to me yesterday, and I'm like, you know, that was quick. That was very fast. So the whole process, I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait to start working so that at least I can have all the information in terms of the additional experience, because here experience is a major thing. So you have big organizations that will employ you after school or even during school, but they want to know about your experience. And they also give you the opportunity to gain.
I think we've lost Camille a bit there. So Camille will come back on in a short order. So we're hearing so far a lot of good things about the agency, AJ, and we're seeing that, you know, the impact has been enormous, you know, and I can just say that you are doing a very good work. You know, Camille, I saw that you went out a bit, you know, you're back now. You were saying something, you can continue now. Think you maybe still having a little bandwidth issue. All right. So, you know, I see where the impact, as I was stating, right? It is one that many individuals I've been observing, I've been looking, you know, I saw on the Instagram page and I saying, wow, I see testimonials from people from all about saying that, hey, you know, I got accepted at this school, this institution. Thank you for LSR Agency who made this possible. You are making dreams come true, as I mentioned, AJ. And, you know, I'm very proud, like literally, when I saw it, I was saying to myself, look at this. Many times we are stuck in just the 9 to 5 operation, but we don't try to go outside to find out what our other talents can be, what are other skills that we can develop on so that we can be able to explore and help other persons, you know, by just executing these different competencies of ours. And so this is one of the things I'm seeing that you have been doing, my brother. I'm very proud of it. You know, I just want to publicly say it. You know, I see consistency daily. I see where you actually do your posts, and I see where the different testimonials come in. And we heard from Camille herself. She's here as a living testimony sharing with us. You know, so I just want to say I really appreciate everything that you're doing, what it is that's coming next. You know, how can people find you? How can people go about getting to register and come on board? You can just let me know how that can be done from your NAJ.
Right. So before that, right, I want to say one thing. So most persons in Jamaica, when they hear about study overseas, they think that it's for rich people. But we're here to tell you that no, it's not just for rich people, because we weren't born rich, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not just for the rich, you know.
That's right.
Once you're qualified, there's a chance, you know.
Yes.
Once you're qualified, there's a chance.
Yes.
And in life, you know, The only thing you need in life is just a chance.
Just
That's
a
it.
chance. And you know, I
So,
love that.
so
I love that chance. And just a minute, we're going to come back and we're going to speak about the chance, right? So on this next episode, you'll be seeing what the chance that he's talking about.